Evil people are not born, they are created. In 1971, a group of normal college students entered a fake prison experiment. Some became guards, others became prisoners. Within just 6 days, the guards started abusing their power. They humiliated, they controlled, they punished. They were not criminals. They were not violent. They were normal, just like you. Follow for more dark human truths.
You would obey, even if it meant hurting someone. In 1963, a psychologist named Stanley Milgram ran a shocking experiment. Participants were told to give electric shocks to another person. The shocks were fake, but the fear was real. As the voltage increased, the person in the other room screamed. They begged, they cried. They said they had heart problems. Still, 65% of people continued to the maximum voltage. Why? Because an authority figure told them to continue. They were not monsters. They were ordinary people just like you. Follow for more dark human truths.
You trust authority more than you think, even when it is wrong. There is a psychological trap called authority bias. It means we tend to believe and obey people in positions of power, even if their instructions make no sense. In experiments, people followed orders simply because someone in a lab coat told them to. They ignored their own judgment. They ignored their own morals. Why? Because the brain is wired to respect authority. The scary part, most people never question it. Would you follow for more dark human truths?
You believe you are a good person. You believe you would never hurt someone. You believe you would resist evil. But history suggests something different. In 1963, psychologist Stanley Milgram conducted one of the most disturbing experiments in human psychology. Participants were told they were part of a learning study. Their task was simple. Every time the person in the other room gave a wrong answer, they had to press a button and deliver an electric shock. The shocks were not real, but the participants believed they were. As the experiment continued, the voltage increased. The person in the other room began to scream. They begged to be released. They said they had heart problems. Some even went silent. Many participants were visibly uncomfortable. They were sweating. They were shaking. They were nervous. And yet, 65% of them continued to the maximum voltage. Why? Because an authority figure in a lab coat calmly told them to continue. Now ask yourself something. Were these people evil? No, they were ordinary people. Teachers, not office workers. Parents, just like you. 8 years later, in 1971, another experiment shocked the world. The Stanford Prison Experiment. A group of college students were randomly assigned roles. Some became guards, others became prisoners. It was supposed to last 2 weeks. It was stopped after 6 days. Why? Because the guards began abusing their power. They humiliated prisoners. They deprived them of sleep. They created psychological punishment. These were not criminals. They were psychologically healthy students. So what changed? Power, authority, environment. When placed in certain systems, even good people can do terrible things. Psychologists call this the power of situation. We like to believe character is everything, but sometimes circumstances are stronger than character. This does not mean humans are evil. It means humans are vulnerable. Vulnerable to authority, vulnerable to pressure, vulnerable to power. The uncomfortable truth is this: under the right conditions, most people are capable of actions they never imagined. The real question is not whether you are good. The real question is, what system are you in? And if that system asked you to obey, would you? You believe your thoughts are your own. You believe your decisions are rational. You believe no one can control your mind. But what if you are being influenced every single day without even noticing? Manipulation does not look like mind control in movies. It is subtle, quiet, invisible, and extremely powerful. Let's start with something simple. Have you ever agreed with a group, even though you felt they were wrong? This is called social proof. When we are uncertain, we look at others to decide what is correct. If everyone agrees, we assume it must be true, even when it is not. Now imagine this in a workplace, or on social media, or in politics. The more people repeat something, the more believable it feels. Not because it is true, but because it is repeated. Repetition creates familiarity, and familiarity creates trust. That is the first layer of manipulation. Now let's go deeper. There is something called authority bias. When someone appears confident, powerful, or experienced, our brain lowers its defenses. A uniform, a title, a lab coat, a large following. All of these symbols trigger automatic respect. We stop questioning. We start accepting, even if the message is flawed. But the most dangerous form of manipulation is emotional. When someone triggers fear, anger, or desire, your rational thinking weakens. Strong emotion shuts down critical analysis. That is why headlines are dramatic. That is why advertisements create urgency. That is why arguments become personal. Emotion makes you react instead of think. And once you react, you are easier to guide. But manipulation is not always aggressive. Sometimes it looks like kindness. Compliments, attention, agreement. This is called reciprocity. When someone gives you something, you feel psychological pressure to give something back, even if you never agreed to that exchange. The mind seeks balance, and manipulators know this. There is also something called gaslighting. This is when someone makes you question your own memory, your own perception, your own sanity. They deny events, they twist facts. They say you are overreacting. Over time, you begin to doubt yourself. And when you doubt yourself, you rely on them. Now ask yourself something. How many of your opinions were shaped by repetition? By authority? By emotion? By pressure? The uncomfortable truth is this. Manipulation works not because people are stupid. It works because the human brain is efficient. It takes shortcuts. It trusts patterns. It avoids conflict. It seeks belonging. And those shortcuts can be exploited. The goal is not to become paranoid. The goal is awareness. When you slow down, when you question emotional reactions, when you ask, who benefits from this message? You regain control. Because the most powerful defense against manipulation is conscious thinking. And the most dangerous thing a manipulator fears is an aware mind. So the next time you feel strongly about something, pause. Ask yourself one simple question. Is this truly my thought? Or was it carefully planted? Follow for more dark human psychology.